Hi, this is day 5 of the Label Reading Challenge. We're going to take a look at sodium today. Processed foods are full of sodium. It helps preserve and it gives flavor back to foods that have lost their flavor due to processing. And many times there's much more sodium in the processed food than we need. And usually, as a rule of thumb, if you take your calories per serving, say you have 100 calories per serving in a food, and if the sodium is more than 200 milligrams of sodium, so that'd be a 1-to-2 ratio, 100 milligrams of sodium to 100 calories would be even better, 1-to-1. But you want to watch that. If the sodium exceeds by twice the calories that's in the food, then you're probably getting very high sodium food. And in nature, there's always more potassium in a food than there is sodium naturally occurring. That's the way it was created for our health. In packaged foods, that's most of the time it's reversed, and you won't always find the potassium in the nutrition label, so it's hard to know. But so that's another problem with eating so many processed foods. Generally, there's always more sodium than potassium in the food, and that tends to throw us out of balance and cause things like high blood pressure and water retention. So we want to look at not only that, but different forms of salt. Salt, we need salt. It's naturally occurring in fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and whole grains. All of those things have natural sodium. And when we buy salt, generally we buy the table salt. I had this. I don't use this to put on my food or in cooking. I've had it for a long time, and sometimes I'll use it for something else, like a salt scrub or a homemade salt essential oil scrub, or in a neti pot maybe. But this is also a refined product. If you look at the label, the ingredients say salt, and you'll think, okay, salt, that's okay. 590 milligrams of sodium per 1/4 teaspoon. But this salt has probably been bleached. If you notice on the front, it says made from evaporated sea salt. So evaporated sea salt had all of its naturally occurring minerals in it. And then through processing, those minerals were removed. The salt may have been bleached to make it whiter. It was heated. Heating helps. Well, there's a process. What it does is it changes the salt, makes it harder. And so if it's harder, it can be harder for our bodies to break down. So that just adds to more sodium, high sodium problems in the body. And if you compare that to this sea salt, this one's by Nature's Sunshine. It's kind of a tan, light gray, and it has, if you read the label, it says it has 50 naturally occurring trace minerals. In other words, they did not refine the naturally occurring minerals out of the salt. That's the way it comes in nature, because all of those minerals together with the sodium help to balance our body and give us those trace minerals that we need. And it says here that it's not heated and it's not bleached. So those are two other good things to look for. And then under ingredients, it says sea salt and celery seed. Celery seed to help, and actually celery can be a natural diuretic, so that's kind of a good combination. I don't know how much diuretic benefit you would get from the celery seed in this, but I've often told people who recommended that they eat celery if they tend to retain water, and I've had people tell me their rings got looser after they ate a couple of stalks of celery for a few days. So that's a good tip if you tend to retain water. So not all salts are created equal. Just because it says sea salt and you don't see anything else in it, you need to look a little deeper. Look for mineral-rich salts, what I call it. Make sure it still has naturally occurring minerals. Celtic sea salt generally has that. Himalayan pink salt, you notice it's pink because of the naturally occurring minerals in it. So you want to make sure you look for that. You look on your nutrition label for how much sodium per serving compared to how many calories. And just get a little more savvy about the salt that you're putting into your body. All right, have a great day. Go read your labels. Bye.